Hello and welcome to a very bizarre TEW 2020 Challenge Run episode 347, I want to say. So, the big gap has already happened for you. I think it was between, Raw, Raw and SmackDown last week. Yeah. That video was recorded on the 11th of March. I'm sitting here on the 23rd, technically. It's just because it's just gone midnight, so yeah. It's been that long since I've sat and done this. And I'm also feeling ill, but I kind of want to get WrestleMania up before or around about the same time as the real life WrestleMania. And we are running out of time, so it's now or never. About that as well. You remember last year when I was at Mania? Raw and SmackDown were condensed into one episode because I wanted to get less episodes out to get to Mania quicker. I don't know if I'll do that again this year because, both shows are 3 hours now and they go over an hour each because I just ramble. But they might end up being 2 a day. Like, if I have a Raw and a SmackDown in the can, I'll just shove them both out in the same day. So it's up to you to keep track of that. I'm sorry. I got you. You have to have me. Anyway, let's try to remember what we announced for SmackDown on this show. It's been fucking ages. Brock Lesnar was appearing. I remember that. Seth Rollins was speaking. Big E's fighting Nebo, and another match that we had already announced was Ronnie Hughes and LA Knight. Okay. Without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. Seth opens the show. WWE Champion Seth freaking Rollins. And he goes, ha 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 ha. So, last week, Cody thought it was his place to come and take over my show. Run his mouth on my show. That's not how it works around here, Nightmare. Okay? I thought I'd seen the last of you back at SummerSlam and you were trying to steal my dream. Huh? Making your dream come true because your dream's so much better than mine, huh? Well, guess what? This ain't no fairy tale ending. You spent all this time. You left a slam dunk home run job for life in a company you built to come here and fail. So, it's kind of good that Daddy ain't watching you. Because if I were him, I'd be embarrassed to have you as my son. Ha 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 ha. Out comes Roman. He interrupts Seth Rollins. Solo and Jacob Fatu are with Seth, by the way. And then the Usos are obviously with Roman. So then when Roman gets into the ring, he goes face to face with Seth. And then the Usos go face to face with Solo and Jacob Fatu. And we just linger on that shot for a couple of seconds. Before Roman then gestures for a mic. And he goes, I'm a level with y'all, Seth. How long's it been here? There can't be much else that me and you have got to say to each other. But all I know is this. Back at No Way Out, I saw for the first time in your eyes, Seth Rollins. I'll give you credit. Every other time you and I have stepped into the ring together, you've looked confident. You feel like you can beat the Tribal Chief. No Way Out was the first time that I saw fear in those eyes looking at me. And who cares about Cody? Okay, Cody's a non-entity as far as I'm aware. I could beat Cody. I smashed Cody back at SummerSlam. And I smashed you back at No Way Out. But you have what I need. My gold. And at WrestleMania, I'm going to walk down that main event aisle for the 6th time in my goddamn career. I'm going to smash you. I'm going to smash Cody. And I would leave, once again, your WWE champion. And then, again, we get the lingering shot of Seth and Solo and Jacob face to face with Roman and the Usos. And then Seth and the big boys just slowly back away and leave through the crowd. as Roman watches on. So yeah, the trifecta is complete. Again, they don't really have much to say to each other, because I've ran about 1 million segments called Angle with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. But I wanted to do, because it went, first was Cody interrupted Roman, then Seth interrupted Cody, and now Roman interrupted Seth, so it's like a funny little triangle. Yeah. Because that's just the sort of weird shit that I like. But yeah, not really too much to say about the opening angle this week. It's just Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns doing their thing. Then they cut to Adam Pearce's office. And then the door opens and in walks Bayley. And she's got like a big bag with her. She goes, "Ding dong, Adam. Good afternoon." And he goes, "Good afternoon to you, Bayley. How can I help you? What's in the bag?" He goes, "Wouldn't you like to know, Pierce? First of all, I wanted to say what a great general manager you've been here on SmackDown this past year." And he goes, "Thanks? Where's this coming from?" She goes, "Just to show you my support of your duties as the SmackDown general manager, look, I got you a gift." And she digs into her bag and she pulls out like a kid's toy or something and just gives it to him. And then Pierce just looks at it confused. He goes, "Bayley, what do you want me to do with this?" He goes, "It's your gift, dummy." He goes, "Bayley, it's a kid's toy. I don't need this, okay?" And Bayley goes, "Well, it's all I've got on me, silly. But I am feeling really generous and really giving tonight. So, I figured you could book me the SmackDown Women's Champion in a match tonight." And then Pierce like, "Really? It's not like you to ask for a match." But he goes, No, hear me out, okay? I'm all about the kids, I've always been all about the kids, huggers, I'm a hugger, ponytail, all that way. I'm thinking tonight, I finally give back. Because I've got gifts to give to the children here tonight. So, after I win my match tonight, let's celebrate, Pierce. That sounds like good PR for your show, huh? Pierce goes, "Well, something seems off here, but sure, Bayley. You can have a match tonight." She goes, "Yes, you won't regret it, Adam. Trust me. The greatest show on earth is about to get even better thanks to my generosity." 90. There we go. Bronson Reed and Cesaro. And it is Bronson Reed who picks up the surprising win. I guess not really a surprise because he's the champion, technically. But yeah, he beats Cesaro 14 minutes 5 seconds with the Tsunami. 89 for Cesaro, 87 for Bronson Reed. And yeah, not quite as good as the 98 rated match between Cesaro and Bryan and Gulak and Thatcher last week. But yeah, pretty fucking good anyway. The road to WrestleMania and the SmackDown. Literally, the build to this feud is just banger. They're having the bangers on television every week. Well, pretty simple stuff. We then get the first of a couple of, spotlight pieces tonight. Booker T sat down with Roxanne Perez ahead of her WrestleMania debut, challenging Cora Jade for the Liberty Championship. Obviously, he's going through their time together when he trained her in his school, through his promotion, through her days on the Independents, to now. And how she's finally made it to the main roster here in WWE. She's finally here on SmackDown. She's about to compete her very first WrestleMania, challenging her former best friend for a championship. And yeah, just Roxy relaying her history with Cora as well, probably, about how, she contacted Cora. Cora's like, "Get your ass here," and all that shit. And yeah, a friendship turned sour for the Liberty Championship at WrestleMania. The debut of both women on the show. Actually, no, that's technically not true, because I think Cora might be in the Women's Battle Royal last year. But that doesn't count. Come on. We then cut out to LA Knight making his entrance. He goes, "Let me talk to you." He goes, "Last week, Bobby Lashley came out here and he started running his dumbass mouth, talking about how WrestleMania needs the almighty Bobby Lashley on the show. Nah. But WrestleMania finally got the one thing that it does need, the one thing that the WWE Universe has been waiting not just 3 years in the making to see, but 20 goddamn years in the making. And that's WrestleMania finally getting LA Knight. Yeah. Now, my opponent tonight, Ronnie Hughes, thought he attached himself to a good group, the Hurt Business. But let me talk to you, Ronnie. You, former NXT champion, faced off against Roman Reigns on pay-per-view, nearly had the Tribal Chief's number, sitting in the background behind Bobby Lashley. This ain't how you saw your career going, is it, boy? Well, tonight, it's going to go even further down when you get another old LA-sized ass whooping, courtesy of LA Knight. Yeah. Then out comes Ronnie for an 80. Okay, that's fine. LA Knight defeats Ronnie Hughes in 9:57 with the bottom rung. 80 for LA Knight, 70 for Ronnie Hughes. And yeah, you know, this is a pre-show match. Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight, so there's not really too much build here. It's just, yeah. They both wanted to be on WrestleMania, so they fought each other. Like, for a pre-show match, I think that's perfectly acceptable, personally. Not everything has to have 18 months of build like the fucking main event of the WrestleMania card does. It's fine. Then see Kayla, and she's backstage with Matt Riddle. And Kayla says, well, I know, last week, Riddle, you shocked the WWE Universe and you took a chair to the back of Swerve Scott and challenged him to a United States Championship match at WrestleMania. Riddle goes, look, Kayla, bro, I really tried, bro, I really did. You know, Swerve, I really thought me and him were bros. I thought Hit Bro was taken off. You know, I made the shirts. Don't know if you remember the shirts, bro. But, you know, Top Dollar and Ashanti and B-Fab, they all sort of seemed to be on board with it, bro. I just couldn't win Swerve over. And then Swerve, you know, I don't know, bro. He sort of changed. Ever since he won that US title, he's not been my bro. He's been using me and the rest of Hit Row to get ahead, bro. But no more. Because I'm going to WrestleMania, bro. Dreams of Hit Bro and all the Hit Bronies around the world will be cheering on their bro as he becomes the new United States champion. Let him walk. Top Dollar, Ashanti, and B-Fab. Dollar goes, Matt, you know, can we talk to you about last week? He goes, sure, bro, I'm all ears. And he goes, well, I think do you not think you kind of overstepped the line? You know, Swerve, he may have deserved it, quite frankly, but we're Hit Bro, you know. If Swerve can get us on top by being the United States champion, then who are we to doubt our boy? Riddle goes, this is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Yes, you're too scared to let go and move on, bro. You're clinging to the past, bro. Look, Swerve, I ain't about Swerve's life. You shouldn't be about Swerve's life either, bro. If I were you, I'd cut ties with him before he does the same to you, bro. That's what I did, and I'm feeling pretty good right now, bro. And then Riddle scoots off, and Top Dollar, Ashanti, and B-Fab sort of look around at each other like they're thinking about what should they do. The story of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn Part 1. Yeah, this feud is basically all done up until WrestleMania at this point. So we are going to run vignettes like this. This is going to go through, like, obviously their pre-WWE days and how their friendship came to be. Probably narrated by both men themselves, actually. And their feud on the Indies, their team on the Indies, all the way up to Sami Zayn leaving to sign with NXT. Then it says Part 2 will be coming next week. So look forward to that. We then just get a quick segment. Bayley makes her way out to the ring. It's just her normal entrance. She's got like a backpack on though. And Shotzi, her opponent, is just watching on like, what the fuck's in that bag? And then, I imagine before the bell rings, Bayley twats Shotzi around the head with the bag. And then the bell rings and the match starts. And the match gets an 82B. We take those, I guess. Bayley wins, 11-21, Rose Plant. 83 for Bayley, 71 for Shotzi. And yeah. But the more important segment is after the match. Bayley picks the bag up again. She places the bag on the middle of the ring and then grabs the mic and she goes, okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's me. You know, remember me, your role model? Your favourite little hugger? Look. And she pulls out a hairband. She goes, I even got my hairband. Puts her hair back up like Babyface Bayley. She goes, okay, kids, who want some free gifts? And all the kids around the ringside are like, I don't know what's going on. Then Bayley pulls out the first bag as a baby's toy. She goes, look at this one. It rattles. Which one of you little members of the WWE Universe want this? And then she hands that away. She goes back into the bag, pulls out a different toy. Pulls out a Bluey, specifically. Which is when we sort of get to the gist of what exactly these toys are. And one of them's even got a name tag on it. She pulls it out. She goes, and finally, this one, my prized possession. Look, we even named it. This one's named Quill. Okay, I know there'll be other people out here that tell you that this isn't the name of the toy, but trust me, no, I named this. This is yours to keep, people. Okay, now just give it back to the children. Then Candace runs out on stage, and she goes, whoa, Candace, stop. What's the matter? Don't you want the spirit? Don't you like the spirit? You know, I thought after last week, after I came to your home and I was worried about how your child might grow up after seeing his mom get laid out right in front of his very eyes in his own home, and then how his mom's going to fail him at WrestleMania when she fails to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. I thought I would cheer some children up. And then Candace gets angry. She storms past whoever, storms into the ring, tackles Bayley to the floor, and then a brawl starts ensuing. And a bunch of the roster and fucking referees and people have to come out and pull them off. Candace kicking and screaming. She goes, I'm going to beat your ass, bitch. And Bayley's like, wow. What's the matter, Candace? Do you hate fun, huh? Do you hate the children? So yes, obviously the implication being that Bayley stole a bunch of baby wrestling's toys and gave them away to fans at SmackDown. Fun segment. Speaking of fun segments, we then see Paul Heyman waddling his way through the hallway. And he reaches Adam Pearce's office. He clears his throat, adjusts his tie, and then he opens the door and Cameron Grimes just comes walking straight out, looking miserable. And he goes, just acknowledges Heyman and just sort of walks off. And Heyman goes looks at him confused. He walks off, and Pearce goes, "Greetings, Mr. Heyman. What is it?" And he goes, "Cameron Grimes." Anyway, enough about him. Okay, this isn't about him. This is about your show, Mr. Pearce. I've come here with a proposition for you, a proposition that can take SmackDown back to its rightful spot at the top of WWE. You see, at WrestleMania, we have the biggest main event of a generation. Seth freaking Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. WWE Championship on the line. And in 2 weeks' time, all three men are going to be in that ring at the same time for a verbal back and forth. But next week, Pierce, I hear that my tribal chief's schedule is clear. And your WWE champion, his schedule is clear. So how about it, Mr. Adam Pearce? I'm proposing a blockbuster main event for next week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It will see the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, teaming with his cousins Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, to take on the WWE champion, Seth freaking Rollins, and those two rat bastards, Solo and Jacob. And Adam Pearce like, well, I mean, that does sound like a big fucking main event, bro. So, I'll make it official. Next week, huge 6-man tag team match. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Seth freaking Rollins against the Bloodline. And Heyman goes, thank you so much, Mr. Pearce. I promise you, you won't regret it.
So, you think you're untouchable?
Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life.
Out comes Trick. He's dressed like Dr. Thugonomics. And he goes, yo, listen here. Trick and Mello gang in the building, okay? You see, last week, John Cena came back to SmackDown and he disrespected Carmelo Hayes, About it, the next future A champion, the next face of SmackDown, in his hometown of Boston, might I add. You see, John Cena, he walks around here like he's the GOAT. He thinks he's the greatest of all time. He's won 16 more championships. Well, that ain't going to be for long, because Melo is going to take him. Melo's going to become the next GOAT when he beats John Cena at WrestleMania. But now, I'm here to show you that, well, while tricking may not be easy, being John Cena, that ain't too difficult. So Melo, hit the beat. And then a beat hits. And then just as he goes to start rapping, out comes the Blue Collar Warriors and DKE and Fallon Henley. And they get into the ring. And Melo goes, "What you doing out here?" And Ham just walks up and is like, "You're John Cena?" And he goes, "Oh," Trick just sort of smiles, looks at me and goes, "See, I told you it would work, Melo. Why, yes, young lady, I am John Cena. What you gonna do about it?" And then Morgan's like, "Well, this isn't John Cena, he's Trick Williams, you know. Hammy, come on, don't fall for this." He goes, What do you say, don't fall for this crap, huh? You got a bone to pick with me, huh? What you looking at, fat boy, huh? Virgin little boy over there?" And then Brooks and Otis turn around to him and he goes, "Yeah, that's right, I'm calling you two out. Gonna sit around here, walking around here with these two little idiots. Why don't you grow some balls? Face us 2-on-2 Trick and Mello gang in the building. You know?" And he sort of looks at Brooks and he goes, "As a matter of fact, you remind me of someone close to John Cena. Never mind, I might be imagining this. Anyway, I'ma beat your ass like you are B-squared. Ain't that the truth? Now ring the bell." And then we get the Blue Collar Boys against Otis and... No, the Blue Collar Boys has Otis in it. We're going to get Mello and Trick against the Blue Collar Boys. Gets a 70. Whatever, it is what it is, you know. Mello carried, basically. Mello pins Brooks Jensen with nothing but net in 6:43. 87 for Mello, 56 for Trick, 52 for Brooks, and a 77 for Otis. Literally just a segment that I did to set up A, basic trickonomics, because, you know, that's goated, and B, I wanted to make reference to Brooks Jensen being Bull Buchanan's son, because, you know, John Cena had B-squared. So, yeah. Funny meta jokes all around here on SmackDown tonight. Bayley then is scourging through the hallway, and she meets up with the Curve and Cora. And she goes, "Where were you two?" And then they go, "We were back here, you know. We have got our own business to attend to, Bayley. You know, we thought you had it covered, you know. It's only Shotzi at the end of the day." Cora goes, "Yeah, you know, little Shotzi, you know, former Unity champion, you know, the one I beat all by myself." And I was, can you believe the nerve of Roxy? Like, talking to Booker T of all people. Like, obviously he's going to be biased, you know, he trained your ass. Like, so we've got him to blame for you being here for one. And Booker goes, "Yes, well, I'm looking around here and I'm like, as if anything seem off to you girls?" And then they're like, "No." She goes, "Well, I must just be imagining those things because, you know, I've got a match at WrestleMania again, you know. I've also got a match at WrestleMania and I'm really needing to prepare for it." And Bayley goes, "Yeah, you sound confident, Dakota. Anyway, have you ever sat and thought that maybe that's not the end of the world? Maybe the most important thing for you to do is to make sure that if I'm the champion, we're all the champion, okay? So, not that I'm nervous about Candice taking my championship or anything, but it's in all of our best interest to make sure I get the championship. And I keep it. So if you've got petty little squabbles you need to sort out, maybe push them to the side and take care of my business first, and then we'll get to yours, okay?" And then Bayley sort of walks off and just goes, "Can you believe her?" We then cut to the ring. Mandy and JC are in the ring. And they've got a mic and they go, "Wow, JC, would you look at that?" And she goes, "What is it, Mandy?" She goes, "Another SmackDown. Another week the WS is denied of seeing the greatest attraction here on this entire brand. Okay, we've got to put up with all these women every week coming out here, but no room for us. We're the goddamn stars, you know. You put our face on the posters, everybody comes to watch. But this is my ring on my show, and I'm not leaving unless you make me." Out comes Io, and she storms to the ring, and she just stands in the face, just glares at Mandy. And Mandy goes, "Hi, Io, long time no see, you know, how you holding up?" And Io just glares at her. And she goes, well, listen, anything between you and me, that's in the past, I've forgotten all about that, What matters is the future and how you're gonna beat Kyrie at WrestleMania, and then, just fucking smacks Mandy in the face, drops her, beats up JC Jane as well, and then tosses both of the Toxic Attraction girls out of the ring, to finally put a bow and get comeuppance for the fucking antics of June 2022. On that fated episode of Saturday Night Heat. And then Cammy takes the mic and she goes, now with the garbage out of the way, Kyrie, the floor's all yours. And then the lights go down and we get spooky smoke rising, and we get Pirate Kyrie entrance. First time we've seen her since No Way Out. And she just comes and stands on the apron. And it's like, come on, get in the ring, bitch, get in the ring. And Kyrie, she looks at Io. She looks across at Cammy, and Cammy goes, come on, we haven't got all day. And then she goes to turn to leave. And then Io goes to grab her from behind, but Kyrie smacks her with a back fist. Gets into the ring, hits that Interceptor Spear, taking Io down. And then she goes up top to hit the Insane Elbow, and then Cammy pulls Io to the outside of the ring. And Kyrie sort of points up at the WrestleMania sign. She's still on the turnbuckle. Points up at the Pirate WrestleMania sign, and he goes, Pirate Mania. Probably looks at it through a telescope or some shit. Yeah. We then get Kayla speaking of the New Day, ahead of Big E's match with Nebo Barnes. And Kayla goes, at WrestleMania it'll be you three against the 3 Revolution boys in a Tornado 6-man tag team match. But tonight, Big E, it's all about you and Nebo. Now, that's it. I'm your Big E's biggest fan. But, over the last couple of weeks, you haven't really been holding up great against the Revolution. What makes you think tonight's going to be any different? Big E goes, I'll tell you for why, Kayla. Because this is going to be a special day for the WWE Universe. Gone are the days of me wrestling Buster, Kofi and Woods getting into that ring. You know what you're going to get in that match tonight, Kayla? Me, Nebo Barnes, 2 big slabs of beef smacking meat in that ring. And we all know when it comes to meaty men and their meat smacking, they don't come better than your boy, Big E. So, it's correct. We have been a bit down on our luck lately, but the power of positivity isn't just a catchphrase, Kayla Braxton, it's a way of life. And if we let a couple of losses get us down, we wouldn't be the goddamn New Day. So tonight, I'm gonna march down that aisle. I'm gonna stare Nebo Barnes eye to eye, and I'm gonna say, you look at me, big boy. Tonight, you're going downtown. Because... 79 for this. We'll take that. Shida and Ruby, 1-on-1, and Shida picks up the win. Good old bit of 50-50 booking because Tony beat Liv last week. And yeah, finally some comeuppance for the bullshit they've done to Lita and Trish, but, it is going to be a 3-way at WrestleMania. Lita and Trish against Ruby and Tony against Liv for Battle. 89 for Shida, 73 for Ruby Riott. Cool. Nice match. That's all I can really say about that one. We then see Dakota in the locker room. She's sort of putting her stuff away, getting ready to leave. But she hears a noise or something coming from somewhere, and her head turns. She goes, "Hello." She starts creeping around the corner, looking to see where the noise came from. And then it gets a tense scene. She slowly turns her head around the corner to see where it comes from, and Cora then turns her head around and goes, "What?" And Dakota gets startled again. She screams, which I'm not even going to try and replicate because I'm very ill. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "What? I wanted to come see what you were looking at." She goes, "No, nothing." Cora goes, "You seem on edge. Is everything okay with you?" And Asuka goes, "Shh, shh, shh. Yes, okay. You don't need to bring her up anymore, okay? I'm going to WrestleMania. Going to end this there, okay? But with Bayley saying, her problems are more important. Keep that in fresh in your mind, because this isn't a problem, Cora, okay? This isn't a problem. I got this under control, okay? Okay? And Cora goes, one more okay, and I'll believe you. She goes, okay. And then Dakota walks off, and the camera sort of pans on Cora, shaking her head. She goes, not okay. We walk into the Chase U room. She goes, oh my god, it's so exciting. We're just over 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. Can you believe WrestleMania just around the corner? Can you believe it? I'm going to go there. I'm going to go so much. I'm going to walk around the stadium. I'm going to sit on all the chairs. I'm going to be like, oh my god, hi. It's WrestleMania. I'm at Wrestle Goddamn Mania. She takes the seat down. And then that's when they all finally notice that the room is full of French flags. And she goes, are we in the wrong room? And he goes, oh, no. Mademoiselle, you are in the correct room. Today, you are students of la Université de Français and le history of le Français wrestling. I am your teacher, Mr. Marteau, Monsieur Marteau. And then Thea's like, okay, Mr. Martin. And he just gets in her face and goes, Marteau! And she wipes spit off her face. She goes, you see, the greatest French wrestler of all time, Andre Le Géant. And his battle royale in honor of La France will be won by, say it with me, and then he goes, David Martin, but then all the people in the crowd go, Andre Chase. He goes, no. Monsieur Chase will not even make it to La WrestleMania. Because I have taken care of Monsieur Chase. And you will have le substitute until La WrestleMania. And then Bodie just shakes his head and goes, I don't like this guy. And Jimmy goes, yeah, I might skedaddle, not feeling it today. This silly feud. This is the perfect Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal build-up feud. The main three people going into that fucking Battle Royal are Andre Chase, David Martin, and Baron Corbin. 80. For what it is, I'll take it. Naomi is here to wrestle Utami. And Naomi's picked for a very specific reason, because we all love Naomi. Naomi's a very, exciting performer. She's very likable. And then Utami, we like Utami. She's been, one of the faces of SmackDown for a long time. But something seems off about Utami tonight. She's just a lot more aggressive in her offense. Not quite a heel. She's still wrestling clean. It's just a lot more of an aggressive style from Utami, and then she puts Naomi down in 9 minutes. 82 for Utami, 72 for Naomi. And then after the mic, she grabs the mic. After the match, she goes, I think I said after the mic. Again, I'm ill, so you're going to have to forgive me for a slip up like that. But yeah, she just grabs the mic, and she goes, SmackDown, my show. Come to my show and show me up. I don't think so. Bianca, I'm coming to your show. Watch your back. Sounds the mic down. So of course, last week, probably more of a refresher for myself. Bianca came over to SmackDown. She picked up the pinfall win in their tag match, which I guess sort of upset Utami. And now Bianca said, well, girl, come to Raw, and all that shit. And Utami seems to be not taking the fact that Bianca, I guess, as she said, showed her up very well. Where's the Hit Row going to leave? Imagine they've got their... What kind of car? Oh, they've got a van at there, yeah. They go to get in the Hit Row van. Because, And then they stop right outside the door. Right outside the door of the bus, or whatever it is. And Donna goes, can I pull you guys aside for a sec? And I imagine the shot, it's shot in a very specific way. Where, Top Dollar's on the right, then Ashanti and B-Fab are on, in front of him on the left of the screen, but right in the middle of the screen, you've got the door to the Hit Row bus. And he goes, I've been thinking, about what Riddle said earlier on. Because, it's so difficult, man, because, like, Swerve's our boy, that's our homie. But, I really like Riddle, This hip bro thing was really cool. And that's when you see in the background the hip bro bust or slowly start, like, they can't see him, but they open the door, and Swerve goes to step out, but he sort of, like, sees that everyone else is down there. They don't spot Swerve. But he sort of slowly closes back in, leaves the door ajar, and, like, pokes his head out. And Shanky and Top Dollar keep talking. Because, it just felt different, Hit Bro had a vibe, And Riddle's right, Swerve's been a bit of a different beast lately. And then Beef has well, can you blame him? He got the chance to become United States champion. Okay? And if you could become United States champion, would you not take anything you could do to keep hold of that belt? Huh? And he goes, well, you do have a point, but I don't like it, Riddle, he's our guy, I know Swerve never saw right away with him, but me and Ashanti, we took to him. Hit Bro wasn't just Riddle's thing, it was our thing. So I'm always going to be here for Swerve. But I might have to sit WrestleMania out. Ashanti goes, sit WrestleMania out, come on, it's Hit Bro at WrestleMania, we've been asking for this our whole lives. And then Top Dollar walks off. And Ashanti and B-Fab just sort of look at each other awkwardly. And then Swerve walks down the steps of the Hip Bro bar and goes, hey boy, Ashanti B, where's Dollar, He goes, oh, he'll be with us in a sec, He's got something to do, I don't know where he's going off to, he might be going to catering, I don't know. But he said he'd catch us up here in a mo. And Swerve goes, did he? Nice. So, back on the hip row bus, got tours to make. And then Ashanti and B-Fab follow him back onto the bus. But I imagine they go up first, then Swerve's the last one up. He just sort of turns his head around, just shakes his head, and then walks back up the bus. 76. Actually overachieved considering the 2 rating. Big E's been doing really bad lately. Like, this man was World Heavyweight Champion going on a year ago. But because I can't have the Revolution literally win every single match, Big E beats Nebo Barnes 1-on-1 here. The first time any member of the Revolution has taken a loss of any kind. Well, no, that's actually not true, because they lost in more games. But the first time they've been pinned or submitted. Is what I meant. 73 for Big E, 57 for Nebo. And that all of a sudden, that pep talk, that motivational speech, that booming voice of positivity from Big E earlier on tonight, might have lit a fire under the asses of the New Day. Next week, though, SmackDown 6-Man Tag Team Edition. But they are 2 very big 6-Man Tag Team matches. First up, just announced on the desk of Adam Pearce, it will be Bayley, Cora Jade, and Dakota Kai of Damage Control taking on Candice LeRae, Roxy Perez, and AJ Lee in 6-women tag team action, That's Roxy facing Cora at WrestleMania, Candice and Bayley at WrestleMania. Dakota, her WrestleMania opponent, isn't, I guess, ready to show her face. But AJ Lee's still involved in the story, so we can sub her in easily. But then, the main event of next week, a huge main event. The Bloodline, which will be Roman Reigns and the Usos, taking on Seth freaking Rollins, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu. And I don't think there's been any new WrestleMania matches announced this week, quite yet. So that takes us to our main event segment. Because out comes the Beast. And he's his usual Brock Lesnar self. And he goes, how are we doing tonight, Tacoma? He goes, first of all, apparently I've been a bit of a naughty boy recently. Apparently, a young man by the name of Warden has issues with Brock Lesnar. Apparently Brock Lesnar doesn't respect Warden. Well, you're goddamn right I don't. Listen here, boy. You know, Minnesota, my hometown, the Royal Rumble, the goddamn WWE Championship on the line. I was screwed out of that opportunity to become WWE Champion. And I was going to go in there, and I said, not today, I'm going to give Brock Lesnar, going to give his hometown fans something to see. But then you came out that office telling me there's no balls left for the goddamn Royal Rumble. Have you lost your goddamn mind? Who are you to take Brock Lesnar's spot in anything, big boy? So, I cost you your stupid little championship. I cost you your stupid little championship again. And I thought, this guy's a joke. This guy's a bum. This is a guy they're calling the next dominant top face of WWE. Then Dave. Oh, Dave. He came to you last week. And he said, boy, if you don't lay me out right now, I'm going to smack you silly. And you did lay Dave out. And you screamed to the camera. And you screamed, Brock Lesnar, me and you at WrestleMania. You're wrong, kid. This will be a lesson in respect. Stay in your lane. Or else the big boys will put you down in the biggest match of your goddamn life, kid. Then Warden's music hits. He storms to the ring. Like, the security is already trying to stop him, I imagine. As soon as he comes out through the curtain, there's already 5 security guys trying to stop him. He's ripping his shirt, and he's storming down to the ring. Brock Lesnar storms down the ring to meet him, and we get another big brawl. Because this one is good, because it's 2 fucking big boys hitting each other, throwing security guards around. We're doing the spot where 12 security guards pin Brock in one corner, the other 12 pin Warden in the other corner. Warden powers through and charges and jumps at Brock. Brock rolls out the bottom rope. And then Warden goes to go pick up Brock on the outside, and Brock, boom, he hits a low blow on Warden. And then he picks him up, he gives him an F5 on the floor. And then the security goes, that's enough. Then Brock sort of just picks up his cowboy hat, puts it on his head, walks to the back to end the show. 88. That's actually a good show considering the main event was mid. But I think we actually do have a decently important episode of Heat, because I believe, don't quote me on this because it has been a long time, that we are crowning the number 1 contenders for the Trios Cruiserweight titles on this show. Philosophy kicks off with a very important announcement from the offices of Anthony Nese of the Nese business in the ring. And he goes, thank you so much, RJ, for this time. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Nese, and you know me as the face of the Nese business, building the new face of Cruiserweight wrestling. And now I'm sure you can notice one glaring omission. It's not poor Ari, he'll be back soon, but it's in fact the face of Cruiserweight wrestling, the greatest Mysterio in the history of wrestling, that is Mr. Dominic Mysterio. Because you see, after what WWE management called unacceptable actions last week on Raw when his bitch of a mother got up in his business, the Cruiserweight Champion was banned from this week's Raw. But it's fine, because next week on Raw, the face of Cruiserweight Wrestling is going to march down to that ring. He's going to go toe to toe with his deadbeat dustpan of a father, and he's going to tell him, Daddy, you need to hang it up, because you are the old face of Cruiserweight Wrestling, and this is the new face of it. And then out comes R.E. Sterling and the Booty Twins. And he goes, Yar, ye landlubber, do ye ever silence ye self? You see, it seems our Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Mommy sent him to bed and gave him a little spank on the booty and grounded him. And Anthony Nese goes, I don't think that's what happened, Ari. Huh? You were talking about a grown-ass man now, it's not a child. He goes, well, I be after that treasure that the Dominic has. But since he not be here, Archer will have to do. And then we get R.E. Sterling and Archer Wakefield. And of course, R.E. Sterling picks up the win. In 71 rated match, 12 minutes 50, 6:30 centon. 74 for RRE, 54 for Archer. Pretty good for what it was, actually, to be fair. But then get another one of those, oh my god, you should watch Velocity, there's bangers on the show every week. Kyle O'Reilly, in his role once again, defeats Axiom. 14-48 by submission as ankle lock. 91 for Kyle, 64 for Axiom. And then we have our main event, which is MSK against Evan Bourne and Terminal Velocity, with the winners going to WrestleMania to challenge Death from Above for the Cruiserweight Trios Championships. And a 75-rated match, it is Wes Lee, Tristan Ellison, and Leslie Young of MSK who get the job done. Wes Lee submits Ty Marley in 15:49 to punch their ticket to the kickoff show of night 1 of the grandest stage in them all. 81 for Wes, 60 for Tristan, 59 for Leslie, 74 for Evan Bourne, 61 for Ty Marley, and a 50 for Toby Marley. I assume Dante is yeah. Okay. But yeah, that ends Velocity. So 2 big announcements, I guess. Dominic on Raw, threatening to call out his father one more time. And we now have our new Trios Championship number 1 contenders. That will be MSK. And I'll see you next time for next week's episode of Raw, where hopefully I'm a little bit less ill. But again, I had no other time to record this. See you then.